legally speaking, with me, Tarun Nangia. Now I bring you your favorite series, which is titled Saturdays with Sikri. This is a series on which Justice Arjan Kumar Sikri joins us every fortnight, where he speaks about various issues that are relevant to a person that needs dispute resolution. We mainly focus on commercial issues and arbitration, but this time we are going to discuss with Justice Sikri an issue pertaining to 14 to 15 lakh crores of investment coming into India. This will generate a lot of growth for India, but a lot of disputes also. And Delhi High Court is, in a sense, the favored destination for most, disputes. In a sense, for dispute resolution, people prefer this jurisdiction. So, what do we need at Delhi High Court to tackle this? The arbitration caseload also is going to grow greatly. So, how do we tackle this is an important issue. But before that, let me give you an introduction. Why Justice Sikri? He has served in ascending order as the Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court, the Chief Justice of the Punjab Haryana High Court, the Judge of the Supreme Court of India, and currently he's a sitting judge at the Singapore International Commercial Court, as also a leading arbitrator. Good to see you, and looking forward to your opening comment.
Thank you, Tarun. Yeah.
So
yes, Tarun, I think you have raised a very interesting question. We talk of laws delays. We talk of access to justice for marginalized section of the society in India. We talk of speedy justice for them. When it comes to, such persons, they approach the court, they expect not only speedy but cost-effective justice also. Many are not in a position to spend much, but they would be waiting for results to be delivered at the earliest. So, and we also know at the same time that the in India, workload of the courts is tremendous, and particularly after COVID, the situation has worsened. Where from 30 million cases pending earlier, figure has risen to almost 45 millions, and so therefore. In this context, various stakeholders or various consumers of justice who want to come to the court, they want quick and speedy disposal. There have also been discussions in last few years as to, or many years, even the government, even the judiciary, how to reduce the backlog, how to ensure that justice is done quickly and the cases are decided and resolved quickly. This is general discussion, but I admire the question which you have put. That is in the context of investments. I think not many people see it from that prism. And so this kind of question which you have raised becomes very, very important for business at large, and particularly for those who are investing in India, the foreign direct investment, or even Indian investors who are investing in the business. So putting this question and thinking about the resolution of disputes at the earliest from that angle is something which needs attention today. And you have mentioned that about 15 lakh crores is going to be invested in India. Yes, we know ever since we have ushered into the era of globalization. So such things are happening. Good thing is that India has been receiving foreign direct investment I think number 2 in the world, maybe China, and thereafter there's so much of foreign direct investment is coming. Maybe in last few years it has overtaken even China, and it may be number 1 in that sense. Yeah, that is a phenomena of globalization. There, and it is coming in various forms. It may be in the form of capital, equity investment, etc. It may be in the form of collaboration agreements, and where technology is given to the Indian businessmen, and it may be partnerships, it may be acquisitions, mergers, and all which are becoming very common. So, but question is, and very important question, whenever a person who is the investor invest money in whatever form, as I have described, they want proper returns also. If today I have some money, and even a common person, I keep it in the bank account, I want that there should be some I mean interest on that. That is a return I want. If I want to invest it in the shares in the share market, naturally my motive is or the purpose is that this investment will grow. And today, if I'm trading, or I won't say trading, investing into the shares of a company, and their share value is 300, I would be investing for this purpose. It may grow to 400, 500 rupees tomorrow. So we want some investment. Now, for various reasons, these investment may go bad in some company or in some business money is invested, or for some reason the investor has invested but want and there is always shareholders agreements or investment agreements which are signed. There are exit clauses also, that how they will take back their money with what returns, etc. And of course we have the FEMA and other guidelines of Reserve Bank, or in what form it would be given, and all that, subject to all those regulations which are to be adhered to or which are to be followed. But when the, there is so much investments, and what you are saying is very, very important, that we know disputes would arise. There can't be a situation that whatever, and whenever such agreements are entered into from both sides, there's a battery of lawyers and those who are management consultants, those who are chartered accountants, etc. They will put their, brains together and will come out with, from their angle, best form of arguments. But still, disputes arise, which is our experience. But then these disputes have to be settled. Now, if the disputes, and therefore, as I said, then and they business world wants immediate resolution of disputes. And in business world, there's another very, very important thing is that even when some dispute has arisen, they want to continue the business relationship also. They don't want business relation to go strained. So that is another reason that disputes have to be decided. Now, in most of these cases, yes, we have arbitration clauses, and because such commercial disputes are first taken to arbitration, or we have the parties are now resorting to mediation also. And we have many times med-arb clause, med-arb med also, that they, okay, they will go to mediation first. If mediation fails, arbitration, and during arbitration they can again go back to mediation, etc. So I'm not dealing with that aspect in detail. But then, even when the cases are decided in the arbitration, the next step, which is very, very important step, is enforcement of these awards. The person who, against whom the award is given, that person, that party may have some grievance in respect of the outcome. So we have provision under the Arbitration Act where the award can be challenged. And we have the provision under the Arbitration Act, where challenge means challenge in the court. And we have provision in the Act where the court has to enforce these awards, because arbitrators are private people. We can't, after giving the award, I can't enforce that award. I can't attach the property of the person or sell the property. The aid of the, or the help of the court is required. That is why arbitration is called a hybrid system, where it can't survive of its own. It has to have the support of the judiciary or the court system. And it comes even before the matter starts. If there's a dispute about the who would be the arbitrator and how it is the arbitration arbitrator is to be appointed or arbitral tribunal is to be constituted, we have section 11. Person has to go to the court for the constitution. And at the stage of section 11, we always say that the without much delay, and the various issues arise at that stage, and which the courts have grappled from time to time, and many judgments are given. And the thirst is that without delay, the arbitral tribunal should be constituted so that the dispute is resolved at the earliest. During the arbitration also, there are certain provisions where the assistance or the help of the court can be taken, or because suppose for summoning of the witnesses. An arbitrator who is a private person has no right to send a summons to a witness and that you come and appear before me. So therefore, we have to go to the route or the this route of the court. The court will give the assistant court can summon, and then the person will have to appear before the arbitral tribunal. And after the award, as I've said, for challenge of the award, one has to go to court, or for enforcement of the award, where there's an award in my favor and I want that money or whatever is granted in my favor. So then court assistance come. So therefore, that is why it is called hybrid system. And but at this stage, the court's assistance, or rather the support of the court, and that becomes very, very important. A award is given, but then if the award is challenged and the challenge is pending for 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, then what is the use of such an award? Likewise, if the even if the challenge fails, but the enforcement of the award is there, but that execution is taking time, substantial time, what is the use of the award? So therefore, if coming back to that, this investment, so much of investment is coming, and then there are going to be litigation which is already there. It may increase further, but then for the comfort level of the business community would be more only if the enforcement is efficacious, and I mean, if the awards are enforced as soon as possible. For this, we need court system, and therefore we need judges. If the courts work is going to increase, and then in order to decide these cases, the courts they should have to be more judges. Now, here there's one very interesting conundrum which arises in India, or when we talk of even Delhi High Court, the court judges are not doing only the commercial work or the arbitration work, but there are other work also. So you can't just give this say entire work or the more judges only for arbitration matter if the number of judges are less, because then the other stakeholders, those who have social causes, those who have constitutional matters, etc., before the court, etc., labor cases, partnership cases, family cases, they will say that why, I mean, we are not taken care of, and why only the arbitration work is taken care of. So we have to maintain that balance also at the same time. So for speedy disposal of the cases, as I said in the beginning, that various measures are taken, but and it may be technology, it may be proper court management, case management, etc., which I am not discussing at the moment. But what I am emphasizing is we need more judges. Today in Delhi High Court, as I know, since you are talking about Delhi, and many judges who meet and who tell me, in their court 100, 120, 130 cases are listed. How a judge can decide 120, 130 cases in one day's time? During that period, if I may say so, if these are the cases, one may not be able to spend 1 or 2 minutes more than that for a particular case. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you can't decide a case in 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Then and if even a particular judge, he or she decides 5, 10 cases, which is very good number, but 120 cases are adjourned, then for those persons whose cases are adjourned, it's a I mean situation where tariq pe tariq, tariq pe tariq. So the public at large is not very happy. Delhi has taken steps, as you read, why you said, and a very apt remark which you made was that in Delhi is normally a preferred place, Delhi High Court, where the people come. Why? Because they feel that the judges are more articulate. They have more wisdom insofar as the arbitration or commercial matters are concerned. We have other high courts also, like Bombay High Court, Karnataka, and Gujarat, etc., where this is there. But Delhi, in a way, is at least that is the uh, faith of people, or its impression of people, that Delhi would be more quicker and will come out with better results here. So for all these various reasons, again, we are not going into it, but we know that the work before Delhi High Court is tremendous. And in order to, Delhi High Court has taken another step also, which is very commendable step. So for certain commercial disputes like intellectual property also, arbitration also, in order to decide these disputes quickly, they have formed special benches who they presided over by the judges who have very good knowledge in this particular domain, knowledge of intellectual property or commercial matter, arbitration matter, etc. So that is another reason. But then if the cases before them are also so much and it starts leading to delays, then Delhi has scored that mileage, it will lose that particular impression which is given, and or which is created a good impression, that people will say that okay, in Delhi also it is happening, but it is not the fault of judges. Judges are trying to do their best, but the workload is so much. So we again come back, and one very, very important thing which is required at this juncture is, apart from all other measures which you may take to reduce delays, etc., but most important thing is that you should have sufficient number of judges. Today judges are less, although the even the particular sanction strength, the work court is not working with full strength, but we need even more than the yes, first thing is that the steps should be taken to fill up all these vacancies which are there. But I think at least going by the workload today, I think 1 lakh 25,000 cases which are pending in Delhi High Court, which figure has again gone up very substantially in spite of judges doing their best, is because so many cases are coming up in a way that is good. That means people have faith in the judicial system. They are not settling the matter in the street and by using force, etc. They have faith in the rule of law and they are coming to court. At the same time, their expectations are also to be met, so that so at least I think 90 judges we need today in order to take care of the backlog which we have, and uh, cases which may come. And what you have said about this kind of investment, so we have to see the future also. We should make 5 years plan today, what we are today, what is the existing load of cases, how many judges are required, even for deciding the cases at an early stage, or in an early period. Even today we require 90 judges, but then we have to see in next 5 years how much is going to be the caseload, and should take care of that also. Because as we have seen, when the even the appointment of judges, it takes a long process. If the name is sent today, it very police verification, IB verification, then the government sends it to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court then takes some time going through that, and whatever name they recommend, it goes back to the Supreme government. Again, some time is taken. So sometime I've seen our experience shows that 8 months, 10 months, even 1 year takes place in this process. So therefore, you have to start all this, and you have to keep in mind for next 5 years then what is going to be this. I remember in Singapore, in one of the our SICC conference, the judges were discussing what kind of, and because they talk of since it is an international commercial court, that what are the cases which are going to come up in the various jurisdictions, etc. Like I tell you, this China, that one road, one border, one road, that the project which is coming. So they were discussing that we may receive cases in Singapore to decide that, and how we today, these cases may come after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So it was decided how we will be able to take care of what kind of infrastructure we have, how many judges we have, and all that.
You,
So we also should have that kind of planning. And I
you,
therefore come back to what you said, that at least 90 judges are required today. I remember, I've forgotten the name of the judgment, and the case is still pending, where the Supreme Court said from time to time you should see the case load, and on that basis the requirement of the judges, and that should be sent to the government, and therefore the government thereafter should increase the strength of that particular court.
I want to ask you, to enlightening to know from you what you said about Singapore Commercial Code, that looking at an investment that China is doing, they are expecting caseload, and so they want to in advance prepare. This is beautiful. I mean, good learning from your end for all of us. One more thing I want to know. Say in the Delhi High Court, the collegium is Chief Justice, Justice Manmohan, Justice Vibhu Bhakru, and then Justice Yashwant Verma. Do they send a proposal, to the Supreme Court and then to the government that we need more judges, or it is the other way around? How does this happen?
Correct. Actually, what happens is this, I mean, there are two things. One is appointment of judges. As far as appointment of judges is that the first three judges that you have named in Delhi High Court, Justice Manmohan, who is the Chief Justice today, Justice Bakru, who is the senior most judge, and Justice Yashwant Verma, who is the second senior most judge. So these three judges, they constitute the collegium. For appointment of judges, they recommend the names, and they then, would send it. And insofar as the increase in the strength is concerned, the Chief Justice of a particular High Court can say this is the workload and this is, and we need more judges, but it is normally done at the central level. That maybe with some discussion between the apex court, that is Supreme Court, and the ministry, law minister, etc. They may see, and normally at government level they go into this. They have their own mechanism when they see how much workload is there of particular courts, and therefore how many judges are required. So they come out with this notification of increasing the strength of the all the high courts. According to us, X number of 3 judges are required in Karnataka High Court, 4 judges more are required in Bombay High Court, or 5 judges are required in Delhi High Court. So such kinds of notification come increasing the strength from time to time. They have a
One,
committee, I think.
one final question I want to ask you. If at all Delhi High Court indeed gets 90 judges, and majority of disputes, as you have said, and we all know, first go for arbitration, then they will come to court. Do you think there should be a large pool of judges who will only decide arbitral appeals? Is that possible?
Yes, that is what Delhi High Court has already started. Delhi High Court has designated courts who are dealing with only commercial matter. Of course, we have Commercial Court Act also, under which it's the in a way obligation, or the duty, I would say, of all the high courts to constitute such commercial benches. But Delhi High Court was the first to do this. And it did, I think, long back when Justice A.P. Shah was the Chief Justice, and I was also judge in Delhi High Court. But thereafter, it has been happening, and that is one reason that Delhi High Court has earned better name. But then, if the number of these, suppose there are 2 judges or 3 judges in Delhi High Court today who are looking after arbitration cases, but if the number is increasing, Section 34 and Section 36 petitions, etc., which are filed, or international awards which are coming, and enforcement of those awards, challenge to those awards, enforcement of those awards. But if these cases are increasing, then 1 or 2 benches may not be sufficient. We need 5 or 6 dedicated benches doing all these cases. For this, we need more judges. And if we have 90 judges, maybe Chief Justice will be able to then constitute 4 or 5 or 6 benches who would be dealing with the arbitration and enforcement matter, because then they will be able to assign the judges for other types of cases also, so that there's no, the grievance of others that our cases are not decided, and it's only commercial cases which are decided, or only IPR cases which are decided. So because as a Chief Justice has to maintain that balance also. That they all
One thing, one thing that your judgment has been appreciated because you have often quoted on economic law theory. And could you end the show by giving some such anecdote about why economic law theory is important? We also discuss this because we realize when a company runs, thousands get jobs, and when a company goes away, thousands lose jobs. So this is sociologically, the impact is large of money coming in, or FDI coming in India, because it generates a lot of jobs. But from
correct.
your perspective, how does this look?
Yeah, you see, actually this becomes a matter of interdiscipline, etc. And there's so many in this whole process when we talk of law and economics, many stakeholders come, which would be, we'll have to uh, consider in respect of all these. Like you have very rightly said, investment comes, and we when we talk of economic growth and economic, we are talking about that our 5 trillion economy which we should achieve near future. We have already now at number 3, we want to come, for 5 we have come to 4, we want to immediately in near future come to number 3, and then further also we want all this. But then uh, we at that time we have large population, we have lots of unemployment, but this economic activity takes care of employment as well. If there's more industry, there are more commercial establishments of any nature, whether it is service industry or whether it is industrial undertaking, etc. So they are going to generate more jobs, and this foreign investment and collaborations, and as I said, are important from that angle also. Then not only prosperity comes, not only economic growth comes, but then when it generates this employment, etc., it has again, I would say the effect is uh, one leads to other, as we say in economic terms. More employment means more income with people. More income with people means more spending. They will be able to spend, and more spending means more economic activity. So one leads, it's a cause and effect, and which will lead to further this economic progress. As whenever there is it's an economic theory which I read as a student of economics, and so whenever there is slump down and depression in the market, they say that the government should pump in money and government should give to people so that they spend. Because of that, demand would arise, and when the demand rises, automatically production, because today I produce the things and I'm not being able to sell because of this depression, then it has cascading effect. But if reverse happens, we are able to break it, and the demand rises, then I will be able to produce more. So therefore, many times it is said, I still remember in economics, I read that government should engage labor. They may dig the pits and then fill up the pits, dig the pit and fill up the pits again. But then the money should be given so that the demand goes. Yeah. So this is a circle which goes on, and it one leads to the other effect. So therefore, uh, and this coming of money and FDI and more and more investment is always good for the any country. And this again, we come back to same thing. And at the same time, when it will be the foreign investment investor, or even the Indian investor, would be encouraged only when they know that they are able to get some good return, and if some dispute arises, it will be settled at the earliest possible. So
Thank
therefore,
you.
we again go back to, and therefore the judiciary, in the sense of legal system, also plays a very, very important role in augmenting the economic activity by their, if the justice delivery system is efficacious and speedier.
Thank you. It was Indian enlightening talk with you today on Saturdays with Sikri. And in a sense, we hope to see the day when the Delhi High Court has 90 judges. It has Delhi High Court, as you have said, and I have said, as a set of really well-meaning judges whose heart is in the right place. They want to do good, and I think good shall come out of it. And let's see how this goes. But thank you for your time on this one. And ladies and gentlemen, here was India's leading arbitrator and a judge of the Singapore International Commercial Court, Justice Arjan Kumar Sikri. He shared his heart out on a topic which concerns investment in India, concerns jobs, concerns employment, also concerns the growth of the nation, how judiciary will contribute to the growth of the nation, how arbitration will contribute to the growth of the nation by giving investors quicker dispute resolution, which is in a sense, providing service. It was a pleasure to talk to you and looking forward to our next Saturdays with Sikri. But that's it for now. Thank you so much.